Hey everybody, welcome back to Speed Ranch Garage. I got something new for the shop I want to show y'all. All right, I picked me up one of these Challenger lifts like you see at the tire shops. Found it on Marketplace and got a pretty good deal on it. Been wanting to lift for a little while, but I have limited headroom in my shop, so I can't have one of those big two-post lifts or anything like that. I know they had those little Max Jacks, I think it's the brand of it, like a two-post lift, but they're pretty pricey. So I'm gonna get and try this out. I hope I really like it because it is pretty big. It's like 6 by 8. I know it doesn't look that big probably on the video, but it didn't really look that big in the picture when I saw it on Marketplace. But when I got there, I was like, oh, this is pretty big. So hopefully it's not in my way, but I'll try it out and see how I like it, and I'll hopefully love it, and it'll do everything I need. So let me go ahead and take this down to the car wash, and I'll get it cleaned up and bring it back and install this into my shop. All right, I'm back from the car wash. It's a little bit cleaner than it was, but maybe one of these days I'll get painted. For right now, I just want to get this thing in place, see how it works. I'm going to use the engine hoist right here, pull it up to here and lift it up, and hopefully pull it back and get this thing off the trailer. Like I said, it weighs anywhere from probably 900 to 1,000 pounds for what I understand. It took 3 of us yesterday to get and load this thing up, so hopefully I can just get it unload it by myself with using these tools, because we basically did lifting and putting blocks under and stuff like that to get this thing up on this trailer. So hopefully this will go a little bit easier. I'll be back. All right, guys, this is kind of how I got it rigged up right here. You think they would have a lot of more lifting points or something. Maybe the kit when it was new had something to hook to put it in place, but if I just lift on the ram area, it just starts bowing that up, and I didn't feel comfortable with that. So I hooked underneath where the pads are to lift up, and then ratchet strap to the where the hydraulic cylinders are to kind of keep it all coming up at one time and stuff. So let me see, now it's coming up together. Before this, the cylinders was just bowing up on me. So hopefully I can get this up enough, and I got a furniture dolly I'm going to try putting underneath there that also help pull this out. So probably going to put you on a time lapse and do this, because it's going to take some time to get it done. All right, now I finally got it off the trailer. Now I'm having a hard time getting it on the ground, because when I was pulling it off the trailer, the hydraulics kind of let down slowly, and it set on the legs of the engine hoist. To get it off the engine hoist, I had to jack it up underneath and then put some blocks to hold it so I can get the engine hoist off. So now I just got to figure out how I'm going to get the blocks out from underneath that. So let me think about it for a minute, and I'll be back. All right, got the blocks out from underneath the center. Now I need to get my jack out because it's stuck now. So I'm going to jack it up again and put these blocks underneath it and get the jack out. And then I guess I'm going to have to slowly keep putting smaller blocks until I get it down on the ground. All right, let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in a little bit. All right, I got it pretty much where I want it. I went off the instructions as far as it said to go from like the back wall to the center of the unit, 9 foot 4 inches minimum. And it said to go 6 foot minimum from the sidewall to the center, but I went 7 foot to give me a little bit more room to walk around it. I don't think I'm going to get bolt it down right now, because I might want to move it again. The guy I got it from actually didn't bolt down the lift. He only had the ramps bolted down, and he had it for a pretty long time and didn't have no issues. So I'm going to leave it like that for a little while before I commit to it. I did find something that I didn't like when I was cleaning up the pump. Right here, I got a crack in the tank. Evidently, this is a known and common problem with these tanks that are white on the top and black on the bottom. They tend to get deteriorate over time. So I'm about to get me a new tank, which is, I guess, okay, because I want to go ahead and change the hydraulic fluid, because it says to change it every 1,000 hours. I bet this probably never been changed. So it'll be a good time to do that. So I'm not going to use it right this second. I want to go ahead and get the new tank and new fluid in it. Then I'll get start using it. So I'm about to order the tank probably tonight. Now I don't know when it'll come in, but I'll get come back when I get the tank, and then put that pump on there. All right, guys, it's been a few days and I got some of the parts in. I did mess up on one of the hoses. I knew I needed a 3/8 and I wanted it 8 foot long, but somehow I clicked on the 1/2 inch, and I realized it when I took it out of the box that I messed up. So I'm trying to send that back and get the correct one. But what I did till then, I got cleaned out one of the hoses that was on the lift and flushed it out and hooked it up to make sure everything still works. But you see, I got the new tank, and that's supposed to be the new upgraded one that don't supposed to crack. And the new hoses, these are 18-inch hoses. Like I said, I got to get a new hose coming from the pump to that T right there. So hopefully I get that pretty soon, but until then I can use it using the shorter hose. But you know what I really want to put on this lift? Yep, I want to put the old Ford on it so I can do that DJM kit. But we'll go. You probably saw me say this isn't a Challenger lift, and yes and no. And let me show you real quick. All right, guys, like I said, this is a rotary lift, not a Challenger. I did kind of get confused because when you look on Marketplace, a lot of people advertise these as Challengers. The guy I got it from didn't advertise as that, but when I was looking at other lifts that looked just like this one, it said Challenger. But when I figured out it was a rotary, I can see the differences. Like the Challenger has one piece of flat metal that goes from the center to the back, where as you can see, this one has two. The Challenger has a safety latch handle that comes from more the center, where the rotary is right here on the end. I even think the hoses route a little bit different, but these are Challenger ramps. Now, how did it end up with Challenger ramps? I have no idea. If the station that it came from had both brands, and when they got sold, they stuck those in the wrong pile. But these are Challenger ramps, and you can see right here's where the safety latch handle would come out for the Challenger. I'm going to have to get and drill a hole about right in here for that handle, and I'm gonna have to make a new one too, because the former owner cut it off and just used the rest of it to pull on that latch release right here. So I'll have to make a new one of those. Now you can make these Challenger ramps work with the rotaries by cutting off part of it, I guess, because after I realized this was a Challenger ramp, I got noticing that this section right here was cut off on both sides. It should look like this right here. And when I got looking at pictures, that's actually where the rotary ramps would bolt down. The tab is like this, but it'd be down here. You'd bolt it down there, where Challenger, of course, is right there. So those are the differences found. And like I said, there's some confusion there for a little bit, but it works good. And let me show you it go up. And I don't know if I'm going to show it go down, because it takes forever. Because like I said, this is a 10,000 pound lift without no weight on it. It holds itself up really good. All right, guys, let me go ahead and show you this going up. I don't have these ramps bolted good yet, and I kind of had it a little bit too close right here. But goes up pretty smooth. Like I said, I don't know if there's like any kind of adjustment. And I also changed the fluid because you can either use Dexron 3 or AW32. But I ended up switching over to AW32 because it's a lot cheaper. Also, I hear that it goes down faster if you got Dexron 3 in it. That's what it said to use if you're not going to use AW32. So it's almost to the full height right there. And find tape measure at full height, and plus you're going to probably have some blocks too. It is about 22 inches at full height. Like I said, you're probably going to have to use some kind of 4x4s or whatever to put underneath your frame at your jack points. But yeah, that's the lift, and like I said, it works pretty good. And for the price, I'm really happy. Hopefully it'll help with a lot of these projects around here. So I don't know, guys, tell me what you think, and was this worth it or not? I paid $1,000 for the lift. I got probably about a little under $200. Well, probably right at $200 with the hydraulic fluid for the new reservoir hoses, and like I said, the hydraulic fluid. All the pins were in good shape. I just cleaned them up and greased them. Let me go ahead and show y'all this coming down though, because it is extremely slow. Go ahead, pull back on this release, safety release. Said it's coming down right now, but it is extremely slow without no weight on it. I don't know how long it took last time I got in let this down. I felt like it was like five minutes or so, but probably need to put a stopwatch on it and see how long it actually takes. But I'm not going to sit here and make y'all watch that, so I'll go ahead and get this back down. And I'm going to start looking to see how I'm going to get this truck put on it. All right, guys, I got and cut some square tubing that I found at the salvage yard yesterday, and I bought these little rubber blocks for lifting on Amazon. And it looks like I put a 3-inch in the front with one of these blocks, and a 4 and a 3 and a block. Looks to be pretty level, or pretty close to being where it needs to be. So let's go ahead and lift it up and see how it does, because this is my first lift, and knowing the right places to lift on is going to be new to me. All right. We started lifting in the back yet? I haven't started lifting in the back yet. Yeah, about now. Yeah, I got weight on it. Now that I don't have a motor in it, I feel like the back end's going to be heavier. So I'm probably not going to be able to get lifted up much more than this to keep it stable. Now the tires are still playing it pretty good. But let's lift it up and see what it does, if it will come off the ground real slow like. Okay, on my first safety latch. Still not off the ground yet. I don't feel like pulling on the front end. Don't feel like it's wanting to rock back. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty heavy, but all right. I think we're fixing the, yeah, I can spin the tire now. Everything looks okay, but it definitely is heavy on the back. So I'm not going to go up any farther than that. I'm actually going to let it back down to its first safety latch, and we'll call it good. All right, so on the first safety notch, yeah, there's no play anymore as far as pulling up on the front end. All right, I think that's going to do for getting this ready to do the DJM kit. I'm about to move everything out of the front right here. And like I said, I haven't not bolted this down yet, so I might end up pulling it back a little bit farther. I like to pull my truck in here, my other truck, and put it on here because it's a extended cab, and see what happens when I put it on there. Because the higher you can go, it actually pushes it back about a foot when you go full extension. So that would gain you some space in the front. I just don't want to have it back too far because I want to still be able to bring vehicles in at an angle over here, and because I got a couple more areas I could put a vehicle, but I'm probably going to get and pull that bed back in here and put it in the spot where this truck was. All right, that's probably going to be all for this episode. I really thank y'all for coming and watching, and the people that subscribed. I really appreciate it. And I guess until next time, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.